Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day this is for you. A morning for me. A little later than what I usually do. I'm sad today. Happy and sad. You know, there's a whole bunch of mixed emotions, but some tears came out. I feel my eyes are puffy today. Found out, okay, that one of my favorite places, and ultimately, my favoriteest place in the whole wide world. For my childhood and stuff, too. Really wanted to be there for the last celebration. I heard about it afterwards, but I'm glad my children were there. It's tough times, you know, you go through life and changes, and that's it. It's just part. Is it the natural order of things? Is it? Maybe. I don't know. You know, we grow up and move on. We're making our own families and whatever and whatnot, what have you. So a lot of families grow and disconnect, you know. Sometimes we have ideals about our families, and I mean, I've always loved my my family of origin. Always. Oh, I've always felt a little outside, whatever. I always put myself in there and would jump in and do things so I'm not on the outside because I could see, right? You just sit there and or I go and hide and nobody come find me. So, you know, when I was young, I thought, well, no, that doesn't feel good. I'm not gonna put myself in that position. And then tell myself, oh, it's not because they don't love me, right? I'm just so good at hiding, or I'm so good at showing that I'm okay that everybody just always just thinks I'm okay. Because I don't ever want anybody to worry about me. But then I guess, you know, there's that human part, there's that little in there that goes, doesn't anybody even worry? Didn't anybody miss me? Want me there? You know, I did say I really wanted to be there. But, you know, sometimes we go through this relationship stuff and we don't see. Some people are really good at what they do. And is it that person, or is it that something that was always there anyway? How could somebody come in between a love like that? That's what I thought it was. Oh. I'm a very family person. I love family. I love my family. And I miss them so much. We used to have so much fun. I love dancing with my aunties. It was some of my favorite times growing up. Hanging with my aunties, my mommy. Feeling loved and accepted just as I was. You know, feeling special. Just like anybody wants to be. I don't want to be any more than anybody else or anything. It's just to have those feelings. And here's a little Thursday release. I woke up crying thinking about it and what's in my head. I just found out yesterday. I knew it was coming and I wanted to be there. I just didn't know when that last time was going to be. But I haven't been able to get out. My income's been down. I've been barely scraping by in the finances. You know, this isn't how things are supposed to be. People manipulate and abuse. You know, try to convince people of their truth, not the truth. Because they don't want to see it any other way because they feel guilty, right? Maybe they do, or maybe they don't. Maybe I'm just telling myself they feel that way. Maybe it was that's the way they wanted it the whole time. They don't feel guilty at all. I don't know. I don't know how somebody else is feeling. I know how I feel, and it doesn't feel good at all. It doesn't feel good at all. Their ex is embraced more than you. The one that abused you. Gaslighting you, the psychological abuse, making you feel like you're crazy, like you don't know what's going on. Tell you one thing they love about you, the next minute that's so annoying and whatever. You know, always backhanded compliments, always yourself. You're not as considerate as you think you are. Oh, what? You know, or trying to get me away from my family. Oh, what? They didn't even buy you a cake? I don't even like cake. You know, I like a homemade spice cake. But I've never been like that. But slowly and over years, that picking away. I remember sitting there and he told one brother, you know, she smokes a whole lot more than, you know, so how does my family that knows me, I didn't think that anybody could ever tell them something about lies about me that they'd believe. Oh my, it was me. I'm still me, and I'm always gonna be me. My integrity is that strong. People get mad at me because I won't do things I don't want to do. I can't be controlled. But then I tried. I thought they really had me convinced there's something wrong with me. Other than two of them at it. When you're old. Release, right? Because my birthday's coming in 2 weeks. So I gotta release this. Oh, another whole year. Life lessons down, huh? You're still learning and releasing all of that, right? Be there for my children and well, what can I do? I can make sure that I don't do that, right? That I don't continue to do those things. And I don't sit there and blame somebody. And I look at myself. I do. And that's where I felt bad too, when I take all the blame for my kids, but I'm not the only one there. I didn't do the abuse. I was enduring the abuse. Freak, and again, right, thinking he didn't hit me. Well, many times. I thought he's hit me in his sleep, right? But that stuff happens too. When it's not so obvious, it keeps you gaslit. I mean, so many bruises, and I don't remember hitting myself, but you know, or bumping into anything. It's in my sleep. Many times I woke up in my sleep and I thought he had elbowed me or something in my sleep, or that he was sleeping. I don't think he was at all. Evil man. Evil man. Evil, evil, evil man. Devil. Devil, devil, devil. Excuse me. Fear, I'm not gonna call that in. Right. Do we fear joy? Ooh. Sometimes, right? If you're feeling good, are you waiting? But wow, how are we set up for that in our trauma? I've been watching The Wisdom of Trauma. And, right, are we responding, or is that our trauma response, right? Because trauma, there's the traumatic event, but trauma is actually what happens inside of you from that event, you know? The event, you know, the event gets over with, right? But it sticks with you. It's our body's responses to that. So I invite you to watch that if you would be interested. There is the movie, even just checking out that movie with Gabor Mate. Oh, love that, man. It's amazing. And one day I'll meet him. I'll do some work and learn. I love his compassionate inquiry. It's a technique that he's developed and shared. We learned about that in my the school that I went to, so that was really cool because they spoke a lot. And I'd heard about Gabor Mate myself, was looking into him on my own research, and then they talk about him in school. I love how I'm divinely guided here. Oh, Right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, it's me, Wingish Nive Jackie Quay, your friendly, freaky ass, sweet grass water medicine woman, and also Christiana Carr, Chris Carr, superstar, all this beautiful divine being right here. Oh, welcome all you beautiful divine beings right here too. Thank you for being here. Thanks for listening. And, please don't take it on as your own. But maybe if there's something coming up, maybe it's reminding you of something in your own life. Remember, everything that we see on the outside is going to be a reflection inside. So always, if something's, sparking something in you or triggering something in you, have a look within. And remember, we've already lived through this. We've already survived that. So we don't actually have to relive it. But the feeling, you're safe to feel it. Okay? Safe space. If you don't have one, I will always be a safe space. Because, I don't know how I do it. But I've been helping one since I was little. And I didn't even know. Okay? So, I guess I've been kind of doing this compassionate inquiry thing my whole life without even knowing. Now there's a word for it. Because I ask questions to find understanding, right? Because I want to understand. But by asking questions, help me understand. Hey, it kind of helps you understand too. I don't know. It just kind of works that way. I don't know. Hey, they developed a whole technique for it. So I don't know, okay? I'm not talking out my ass here. I'm talking out my mouth. Oh. But anyways, yeah, so you want to just, send an email, just pour it out there, because that's it. 95% of healing happens just from having your story heard, witnessed, without judgment, in that safe space, in pure, unfiltered, whatever. You just want to blah, 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 in an email, that's fine. Hey, you want to do a little video? Send me a link. Okay, whatever. We can work that out. You want to do some begin within session and have me do a compassionate inquiry with you, just questions? You want to come see me? I don't give advice, I ask questions. I don't know your life. You know your life better, but I'll ask questions to help you figure out your own life. And you're going to do it yourself, okay? All right. I want to work myself out of a job, all right? That's my goal. That's my goal. Alright, okay, let's call in all the directions, please, and thank you. Coming all together, being whole with you here and now, 12:38. Calling in all of our energies from the east, path of illumination and clarity, place of fire, place of man. Calling back all of our energies from the south, the waters, the emotions, the child. That's the place of the innocence. Calling back all of our energies from the west, the physical, the earth. A woman, place of introspection. Excuse me. Calling back, I don't have Kleenex here. Here we go, they're coming in, you hear that? Yeah, in the north, the wisdom years, the air, the mental. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ow, I hurt myself. I thought I had some Kleenex here. Whatever. Okay, it's rough, it's raw. Here we go. That's the nitty gritty humanness of it. Okay. Red Road or Earth Walk. In the south, that childhood, right? We may have many fears, or maybe we didn't. Like as these babies, we think these babies have no fear. We're not born with the fear. Did you know that? We're not born with the fear. Fear is put onto us by our parents, by whatever. I was watching studies. That's true. Our baby sitting, and there's the plexiglass, whatever, the shield, and there's a tiger on the other side. The tiger comes running at the glass, and the baby's just laughing. Until they add a startle noise or something in there. And then now every time that tiger comes at the glass, the baby cries. But initially it didn't until there was something else put in there, like a startle response to come in there, like a big bang that goes with when the tiger came at the thing. But other than that. So we are not. These little innocent babies are not born with fear. What? Yeah, so we return back to that innocence because we explore. We see the world as magical. And we don't want to call in our fears. Sometimes we call in our fears with our children. I did that too. I did, so I can do that claim because it was me. They did nothing. I just, I got all worried that I'm going to match the picture, and being worried about matching the picture, you match the picture, right? You say I'm not defensive. If somebody's saying this person is so defensive, you say I'm not defensive. Right there, that's defensive, right? So then you look like what they just said, even though it is not the truth. And that was the thing. The trick had to be to get it off the children and make it a dispute between the people. Well, that's what those conniving people do. They distract you. Here, look over here so you don't see what I'm doing down here. Because I'm going to continue to do it. Because I'm getting away with it and I'm winning. And it's only going to get worse. Because that's how it goes in the cycles of abuse. It gets worse. It does not get better. Denial does not help. Excuse me. I brought my own fears in. I saw that. I can see that clearly now. So now I can acknowledge them and say, yeah, I see you there. I see you, eagle up in the sky. I'm going to continue about down here. And I'm going to, you see you're flying by. Good thing. I'm glad I didn't shout out to you because you might have come down and eat me. Whatever that was, right? South to north, up into those wisdom years where we burn off, where we see what's going through our passion and spontaneity. Not that this impulsive and just, this, it's not about just the desires, right? Desires can be fleeting. Passion's something that's there. It's kind of like a driving force, so to speak, right? And we act on that passion spontaneously, not impulse. We don't just get an urge and then act on the impulses. Okay? That's where we get these people going out just doing whatever they want to others because they're acting on their urges and just fulfilling their impulses. Whatever. They're not really getting in touch. They're not seeing others as human too. So we got to burn that off. Because as soon as we make somebody else not human, we give ourselves permission to do whatever we want to them. What the heck? So as we get up to the north, we see that wisdom. That everything that we do to ourselves, we're doing it all. We're human too. We're part of all of this too. And let's burn off anything that we think that we're not. Release those fears that, hey, are maybe irrational fears. Maybe. I don't know, right? East to west, the blue road of spirit will help you see. Pull back those veils and see through the deceptions of what you bought into. Who you thought you were. Who are you? You are not who everybody said. You are not your traumas. You are a beautiful piece of creation. A beautiful piece of this earth. Yes, you are. No exceptions. You deceive yourself to see anything else than that, really. To separate. We are individual. We've divided ourselves inside. So until we come together whole and inside, we are going to see everything else outside of us as separate. So as long as we're separate inside ourselves, everything else is going to be separate too. There. Is Spirit trying to pull back the veils of that to see that? I don't know. East to west, that blue road of spirit, always there with us and laughing at us. Look at them taking their life so seriously. Don't they know? They are perfect. They are loved. They're going to come back to us. The body's going to go back to earth. And they're going to go do it all again. Maybe, I don't know. Can you laugh at yourself? Can you see the humor that I bought into this? I actually thought I was this. I actually thought I really wanted popcorn when I really didn't. Right? Or we slow down. And all of a sudden, we can actually see that they flashed that picture of the popcorn up there. Because now we're paying more attention. Because that's the thing. We've been going through life without really paying attention. Somebody else give me the answer. Somebody else give me the answer. Somebody else give me the answers. Huh? Not thinking for ourselves. How can it be too hard? I don't want to think for myself. Just give me the easy answer. Give me the easy way. Instant gratifications. This is what's been put out there to us. But this is not natural. That's not our natural way. We know that. Innately, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, buff. Low and within. Thank you for those vibes. They help already, and we call in all our relations. Sweet Jesus, God, and all my relations and all yours, and whatever you call it, I know, spirit, don't get offended. Because those who are offended, those who get offended can be controlled. Or something like that, right? If you say somebody makes you, let's change our language on that. How about that? Making one small shift. Claim all your emotion. Nobody makes you anything, right? I am feeling anger. You know, I heard something, I didn't like it, and now I'm feeling anger. That person made me mad because they said this. Right? Your power's on the outside. What feels more empowering? I am feeling this feeling. Not they made me feel this feeling. Why am I choosing to feel this feeling? Did I choose this feeling? Do I want to hang on to this feeling? Does this feeling help me grow and expand? Or does it keep me small? I don't know. What is that all about? I don't know how you feel about that. Your feelings. Do you feel all your feelings? Do you feel like somebody else makes you feel that way? Do you feel like a victim to yourself? Right? Because we do keep those abuses up there. Balance. We're bringing that in. Above. Below. And within. That's right. The balance of spirit and earth. That came up to me the other day. Is it fair? Why me to say it? Because we've been talking about that balance and restoring that balance of that give and take. If you've been somebody who's been giving, practicing that receiving energy. But there's also that balance. We've been so focused on material, right? Have you been somebody so focused on that material? You've forgotten that energy, that thing that animates all this life? Or have you been focused on so much on spirit, you've been bypassing the human experience and that material? Because we need it all. We are all of it. I love that in that Wisdom of Trauma that I was watching. People were interviewing another, Stephen Porges, was it? Or could have been Thomas Hubel. Oh, I love them both anyways. We are not on the earth. We are the earth. I love that. We talk about being on this planet. We are made from this planet, animated by this spirit. It's scientific facts. It's not about whether we believe it or not. We're made of the same stuff as the stars. We're all part of this. We are not separate. It's in divide. We do it. We get inside. We divide ourselves, and then we see everything outside as separate too, because we compartmentalize ourselves, or whatever that is. Separate. Fraction our souls. We have that soul retrieval, sub-personalities. Divide characters. Whatever that is, right? So then we see the outside is all separate then as well. So if we can come together in whole and bring that balance and know we are spirit and material, we are earth and sky, all together, mixed in here. We are spiritual beings and human beings. Not separate, it's all together, it's one. Spiritual human beings. Human spiritual beings. Whatever. It's all part of us. So once we stop dividing in ourselves, once we stop being in divide, you all, maybe we can come together in those communities as well. And this is so important for us to do. Honor it all. Not bypass any part of it. Just that spiritual bypass. We go, see, everything is good and look at it all. I love that. We need to think of our individual traumas too. Not get hooked up in that, but think of that. And I love how he did this that was Thomas Hubel. Getting into our bodies, connecting and embodying and feeling each other as part of the all. We are all part of this earth. My top feels wet there. Did I spit on myself? Oh yeah, I did, didn't I? Anyways, so we're bringing that balance, restoring that balance. We need to connect with our source and with our earth. It's both. And with each other. But the more we connect in there and we're feeling connected to who we really are, it naturally flows from there, because then we see that you are me too and I am you. We're all connected. We're all humanity. We're all earth. We're all universal energies. We're all of it. We're learning and expanding and feeling the contrast of that and that appreciation for where we come from and where we will return to. What? I don't know. Okay, so I know. Spirit wanted me to say that about that balance, because we've been talking about balancing giving and receiving, offering and receiving. We hadn't really talked about that balance of that spirit and material, because we fractured ourselves there, because we separated ourselves from that spirit too. But look at Have we really? If you really separated from spirit, yeah, your body would be back with the earth now. It's the spirit that animates this life, right? Oh, I don't know. Let's look at that. Let me go up to the overall top here. Oh. I should blow it down. Well, blow me down. Okay, over. Oh, in that balance, how are we coming to this here? The universe is helping us, right? Balancing in the female and male energies, but I'm also balancing in the material and the spiritual and seeing. Look at that. Seeking and finding. We are the reflection of this. I love that. Never to be repeated, right? So seeking and finding of that reflection that you are, that individual reflection of the divine that you are. The light that you're here to share, right? That's that vision quest. Tuning in right to our source, whatever you call it. Being energized, that usable energy. The truest, fullest version of you and who you were meant to be. Oh, you know, what purpose were you made for on this earth? We all have one. Yes, we do. What is it that you have to give away, to offer? Right? We offer that gratitude, right? Turkey's all about Thanksgiving. We give thanks. Thank you, Creator. Thank you for Mother Earth. Thank you, my heavenly spiritual parents, right? Whatever, our true parents. We all have them. We share them. Yeah, with all of the creation, right? Heavenly Father, Earthly Mother, however you want to say that. Be grateful. And we give away that thanks, give away that love freely, give away that expression of the divine that you are freely. That light, shine it out bright. That shows the gratitude. Thank you for this light that you gave me. Right? Like, what do? We get a gift of something? And some doing it. Oh my goodness, which one was that? Yes, I think it's the Gilmore Girls or whatever. The rich mom, and she's always, you know, giving her daughter the hard time or whatever. And then her mother-in-law comes and she's like, oh, gotta dig out all the presents because they're gonna, you know. These gifts are meant to be given and shared, right? There was, I know this saying, Indian giver. That came about, you know why? Because, this is one story I heard about it though. Because traditionally they would give something, and we don't just give our garbage, it's like the best. But if somebody said they liked it, they give it. But if they're not using that, they're not honoring that, because everything has life, everything has spirit. Everything. Because everything's made from this earth. Nothing that we have anywhere was not made from this earth. So everything has that spirit, everything is to be honored. So if you're given that gift, and then, you know, say it's something, say it's a sacred item that you never use. It just sits on your shelf. The person that gave it to you had the right to come in, take it back, and give it to somebody that will use it. So it's not a bad term. It wasn't about they changed their mind, I'm taking it back. It's if you didn't appreciate that gift and you weren't using that gift, and they take it back and they give it to somebody that will. Because that's how we return that life into it. That's how we show that gratitude for it. We are thankful. We're thankful for our toothbrushes to be able to clean our teeth. You know, and looking at that everything is sacred and part of this earth, as part of the all. So we give our attention to it all. We don't, because that's that life force. That's how we put life force back into things. Because we're walking around kind of in a dead world, right? We're all kind of becoming these zombies, aren't we? Oh, on the phone. Zombie. We forget to feed ourselves, you know? We need all these answers from the outside. Oh, I better make an alarm that says I need to feed myself. Oh, my alarm went off. I gotta go to the bathroom. Okay? Let's be grateful we have all that in there. Okay? Let's stop giving away our power, too. If we're gonna give away the power, if we're gonna give it to somebody, give it up to Source, who will always steer us in the most loving and highest best interest of all, right? Not in that selfish ways. Let's look at that, because we all can be selfish. No exceptions. Yes, we all can be. Even the most giving. Sometimes if you're giving and giving and giving, sometimes giving can be a selfish act too, because you just want to say, look at how much I give. And then you sit back, I give it. They're so ungrateful. Didn't we talk about that? Oh, they're so ungrateful. But then there's somebody over here giving to you going, oh, and they're so ungrateful. What kind of cycles? Let's everybody turn around. Maybe. Hey, turn it around. Shake it all around. I don't know. Let's reflecting. We're reflecting on that. Going internally. What's it saying inside of me? Inside of you. What's it say inside of you? Bringing that balance. How do you need to store that balance in your life? That responsibility. Look at that. Right? We have the ability to respond. They're just talking about that too. And there's times when we're children, we don't have that ability to respond. We don't have everything up in there. So we learn how to respond by the way the others responded to us. But as we get older, now we're adults. We can change that up. Right? We can line up. We can look at our life lessons, and then we can balance it out going, well, no, I was always that people pleaser, ass kisser. Well, now I'm going to stand up on my own 2 feet. Because why did I do that? Was I doing that to be of service? Was I doing that to get love? I know, I was doing it because I wanted to feel like I was needed and special. Right? But then you're only needed and special if you're doing something. And so, that's where, is that true? Do we start telling ourselves that? And then what do we fall for? So we gotta look. And then we respond to ourselves. What is this little baby responding to inside that we felt? We divine, right? We're looking at that stamina. Does it help us to go further and want to push on? Right? So if we get that vision quest, maybe we'll have that. Instead of pushing on, we're going to tire out if we're doing something that's not really serving that higher purpose. If it's just something for us, we're going to feel like we're burning out because we're just doing it for us. Or we're trying to push and make something happen faster instead of letting it happen naturally. So we have that ability to respond to, okay, I need to slow this down. Or maybe I need to focus a little more over here. You know, whatever that be for you, right? Whatever that be for you. And that's how we get that stamina too, because maybe we can't keep going on this, right? It's like when we're doing those long distance runs. We might have a little burst at the start, but you got to slow down and you find a steady pace, a slow and steady pace. That's our responsibility. To slow it down, and maybe slow it down for our kids here too that are just growing up. Things are going too fast. The fears are coming in, right? And I love that. The trauma isn't just what happened to us, but Gabor says that too. Trauma can also be, this is something that we really needed and didn't get. You know, if we didn't get that love, that can be traumatic too, right? Or maybe you got everything given to you. You had that silver spoon and whatever, but you didn't get that love and affection and attention that way. That can be traumatic too, right? And then other people, what are you complaining for? You have everything and then, but you didn't get that love. You missed out on the basic, most fundamental needs of all of us human beings, that connection, attachment, closeness, that love, you know? That's what we all need, and we all deserve that. And we can give that to those littles, right? And we can see, do we keep giving it to these same people that keep turning because we feel that's, no? Maybe that's just habitual. Maybe we didn't see another way. So we can release that and look and open up. You know, you can even say, please show me another way. Because I'm so hooked in this, I don't know. Right? Please, can you clear out these people that aren't here for my highest and best interest? Because I'm having a hard time knowing. And it happens. At this defa. So, and then those actions. We're reflecting on that. Okay, what can we respond to? Right? Slow and steady. We're not going to jump all over everything and respond to everything that keeps coming up. No, right? And that happened to me too. Trying to respond. No. You burn out then. But then some people trying to use you, they'll throw a whole bunch of stuff at you. Still not their fault. You take that one step at a time. Nobody's in control of you but you. Even spirit doesn't control you. That's free will. They won't step in. No divine interventions unless we ask. Okay? But sometimes I guess maybe if we're really, really needed here, there might. Like, no, we need you here. You ain't going anywhere yet. Ow. Okay, and those actions over her. Okay. That West Shield, those introspections and goals. Look at that. How did you achieve the goals that you got to now? And were they yours? Is those things you're doing, is that what you wanted to do? Did you follow a path that somebody else put up for you? Did you follow it because you thought you had to? Oh, this is a family business. I'm supposed to be taken over. I'm groomed for that. Let's look at that. That grooming process. We all get groomed. Subliminal manipulation, and see, that's how when that's that society does that. Society uses manipulation. This just becomes normal. This is what we accept. This is just how it is. No, it's not. This is not how it always been. It got like this when man decided they wanted to have power and decided, oh, we're going to rule the world. What is that? And what's your goal? To have a happy, peaceful life, to share that? What is it? Take over the world? I don't know. Fear, that gentleness. So we take that action. We look at those goals and take one gentle step towards that. We're not pushing. We stay relaxed and open. Right, but if we don't put it out there, if we never say what our needs are, we're not going to get them, right? You don't go into a restaurant and sit there and they go, oh, we know what you want, and then they just bring it out to your table. You know, you look at the menu. You need to speak to the server and give them your order. They need to go back into the kitchen. There's so many things that has to happen. So many things that we don't see. And then we don't go into the back of the kitchen and go, okay, so you got these ingredients. You know how to make this order that you put on your menu? Right? So look at that. And what? If they get the order wrong, we have every right to go, okay, well, that's not how I ordered it. We can put it back. But, you know, hey, are you the one that thinks that, oh, my goodness, if I complain, they're going to spit in it? Why do they think that? Is that something you would do? Do we project? I would do that, so I'm going to assume that they're going to do that too. Maybe they wouldn't. Maybe they would if you got all cranky with them. So maybe we got to look at our delivery too and take the responsibility for that. Not just the words we speak, but the tones we use, because those can be triggering too. You can say, I love you. You say, oh, love you. Right? It's the same thing, but it gives a different kind of energy, doesn't it? So we need to look at that in ourselves and take responsibility and restore that balance within ourselves. We're not going to see it in the world if, because the world is a reflection of the within. Yeah, yes it is. You're smaller, bigger, bigger, bigger. And also, right, we're also a reflection of that world. Boom, what? Right? The world is a reflection of us, and we are a reflection of the world. That's how connected we are. So that's what we need to see and shift. It's just changing that point of view. Changing where we're looking. Right? Right? Sometimes we don't want to change that. That's hard. You see, the truth is hard. Truth is not hard. Truth is hard if you don't want to believe it. Truth is hard if you've believed the opposite for so long. Right? And maybe that's worked for you. But it's not working for everybody. So if it's only working for a few, this is not. So that's what needs to change, because we all human, we all belong here. Let's not separate ourselves, and some are more human than others because they're not. Spirit sees us all. Spirit loves us all. Every single one of us. No exceptions. We're all part of this earth. We are all part of this creation. We don't just live on it. We are it. All of us. Spirit, human. Spirit, material. Right? Energy and matter. Energy matters. Spirit. We're putting Eagle up here because Eagle came out yesterday up at the top. Right? And that was the top card. Spirit is watching us all. And is with us. Oh, look at 3s and 4s. Self-expressions and balance. Stability. That's where we bring it. We bring that spirit back into it, into ourselves. Because we can't separate from that. Or you'd be dead. Let me tell you. No, and then you still wouldn't be separate from it either. You'd be even more connected. Body right back in the earth. Spirit right back up with the rest of the spirit up there. Wow. Wow, thank you. And thank you, beautiful beings. So, we're looking at that cradle board stamina, the ability to respond. This jumps right out, that grandmother's. Woo! 18, the moon. This is where we take that time. Instead of jumping, we take that time and listen to that intuition. We have infinity within us. The spirit is limitless. The body is limited. We're limited by these brains. So sometimes we need to take and practice that pause, that sacred pause. Is it Jack Cornfield that talks about that? Before we speak. So that we're just reacting. We actually take the time to respond. We're reactive peoples, we are. We really can be. So it takes practice to go, okay, am I responding to what's happening, or am I reacting to my past programming? From my past programming, whatever that is. You know it's inside you. Nobody else does. Don't let somebody else tell you who you are. Don't go asking somebody else who you are. It's all inside of you. Connect directly. We all have that. We don't need a middleman, a middlewoman, whatever, to connect us to our source that's already inside. If that's the truth, man, you don't have to believe it or not. But that is the truth. Ultimately, we all have that connection inside. Or do we want that to be alive? It brings us to life. It does. We need all these energies. We do. Connect with the grandmothers inside of you. That's that intuitive side, right? We see even with our parts, right? One's the receiving, one's the, giving, the doing. They do, right? They go straight. And that's kind of how men think, right? More linear, where women, we think in circles. Look at that. And we need both. And that came to my mind the other day. All this coding, ones and zeros, right? Woman, man. Hello. Woman, man. You need both. You need the both energies, okay? You cannot have life with just one. And that's all you need. Ones and zeros. Ones and zeros. Whoa. Okay. Anyway. Let's go on. I don't know. That flashed in my head yesterday. Weirdo. It's okay. That's cool. Connections. Truth. Look it for yourself. Never take my word for it. That's what I say to my friends. Don't take my word about anything. Go check it out for yourself. Okay? I don't know. I just let things flow. I know I tap in. Oh, sweet Jesus, God, all my relations, please come in and help in me. Right? We're doing the looking inside. Oh, see, I started over here. That responsibility, but this was up here. This goes up here. Excuse me. Because we want to go where we started. That was the first card. Right, that's how we do it. The intuition, they're giving that away. Well, I already put it over here. I was focused on that one when I brought it out. So, then we'll take the action. We did two in the action. This is where we're going. Okay, I just did it a spirited. Let's go the other way with that one then. Okay. So then we that intuition, that action to find that reflection of who we are and what we're giving away. We start inside. Take responsibility for our lives. We are here on our own sacred missions with others too. We're all in this together, no exceptions. In it, part of it, are it, not above it, not below it. Part of it, that's the acceptance. We need to accept that. Accept our place. We're last in the line of the creation, okay? Spirit was bored, needed to have some fun. Expanded itself. First contracted, then poof, expanded. What is that? Accept that you're part of that little spark of all of that, right? To become entertainment to our sorts, whatever, right? Look at how fun we're having down there. Creator used to come down and play with us. Maybe still does, because we are all of us, okay, a reflection of this divine spirit. A fingerprint, never to be experienced as this again. Woo! I don't know what you believe in the reincarnation, but what is that? We don't know until we get there. So why not live this one life the best that you can and share it with all? Do we want to spend that life in misery? That's up to you. You get to choose for you. You get to respond. Choose your own feelings. Don't let anybody control your feelings and control you. Let's accept. We all belong here. We are spirit. We're part of this earth. Let's accept that. Let's stop fighting about it. Let's stop dehumanizing others. We're all human. Let's let go. Release. That's that giveaway. There we go. Giving them away, they need to be right or whatever. Or that definitive proof you're walking. Isn't that proof enough? I don't know. Here's a 5. Do we have the 2? Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can see all through all that. And we're taking those as steps. We must release and go explore. And we're safe to explore. We're safe to be ourselves. Right? And Spirit's always there. And we can come back to Spirit. Well, Spirit never leaves us. We're not separate from that. That we must see that. But we need to let go. And maybe those parts of those cells that we let go, bring them back. Let them explore and see and go find them. Is that little in there that said nobody ever came and found me? Have you left that little in there and you haven't found that little? So let's let go. We can release all that trauma. Hey, some of us get loyal to that trauma. Geez, if I let this go, right? Hey, if I release this sadness about my kids and move on to being happy, they're not going to know that how sad I really am. You know? If I keep on this heavy face, nobody's going to know that I need help. If I don't see that they don't see that I need help. So I went to that and I started asking for help. I started showing that I wasn't. But you got to do that with safe people. Not people that are waiting for you to fail and waiting to say, oh, see, she's not as great as she thinks she is. When people are trying to tear you down because they don't want to bring themselves up. Because they don't want to do the work inside themselves. They don't want to look inside themselves. That is hard work. Especially if something you've done has hurt somebody else that you love. And I'm not perfect. But I know me not being able to maintain, right? Be responsible for my own. Because others were telling me, there was others saying, well, you should cry there. You should this and this. So that was, I don't know. I just want to be me, but I'm going through these processes and this courts and they say, you got to be like this. You got to be like that. You got to be like this. Everybody's telling you. And since I don't know, when I'm naive about something, and I know I don't know, right? I'll talk to the people that do know, that have been there. And I'll listen. And follow their advice. Or other ones that I think love me that say. I don't know. We all go through these changes, and Spirit is with us all through them. We're growing. We're being refined, these gems that we are. And that card, it's not still on the top anymore, but remember that card reminded me of the onions and the layers. And that's how they taught us in school too, right? We have our essence right in the middle, but as we're growing, we get these layers around the subpersonalities too. But we have to get through all of that to get back to our core, that essence. Which is, there's that wisdom in that trauma because that trauma protects us. We go numb as a child because if we were to experience all those feelings, we wouldn't be able to handle it, right? It's a protective mechanism and we need to be grateful for that. And then we can swim in that eternal life. Know that we're always safe and protected as we go and explore. Explore all those parts of who you are, everything that you've locked up. Look at that. And then that releases us from the bondage. We get swept away and all of that. And sometimes we're afraid. We're afraid because we think if I start crying, I'm never going to stop because of all this stuff that happened to me. I just got to spread these out more because this is what's come. Okay, overall, we swim, but we've already seen that. We've already seen the trickster, so we know. We know. We can sit here and keep blaming them. We can go bitter and go, oh, those assholes, those bitches, whatever. Right? And we can sit there and go bitter. You know what? Well, then, hey, haven't they won then? We've given our power away to somebody else. And then we've shown them that they can keep going. They can keep stirring us up. We don't have control of our emotions then. We've given somebody else our power. We need to see that I am in control. I have the resources. I'm making this life happen. I'm changing this and I'm restoring balance in my own life. I'm not looking to somebody else to do that for me. See, it's tough, and we got to make those changes, right? So if you've got an addiction, like those alcoholics, okay? Because alcoholism was what I studied the most anyways. Most experience, and personal too. Accepting recognition. Knowing, hey, Russ, I know what I'm talking about here. Okay? But of who you are. Accepting recognition. But recognizing it in yourself, that you've done this, all that hard work you put in. Oh, beautiful Humble Bee just made a post there too. You need to recognize that in yourself, that you deserve more. We're not going to lower ourselves because we think we're not worthy of the greatest love we ever wanted, wished for. We're all deserving of that. And we already have that. We're already fully accepted. Look at that. Accepting and acceptance comes over here. That we are part of this world. We're wondrous, beautiful beings. And let's be gentle with ourselves and gentle with each other. We've been too rough on ourselves and on each other. When we stop that warring inside, we're going to stop warring with each other. Hopefully, right? But it's all in there. Be you, fully, holy, and true. And accepting all experiences as part of this refining of us. We don't want these traumas to happen, but they're going to continue for as long as we keep stuck in those stories and going, this is the way it is. Well, that's just the world. You know, oh yeah, we beat our children. Oh, we get to do whatever we want because they're our possessions and not little people. We're going to use them to make up for, I don't know. What is it for you? But also that acceptance, right? If we need to change a lifestyle or whatever, because we went down that path of addiction and it's hurting, well, sometimes we need to change all those friends too. And sometimes those ones that don't want to change, they're still in their addictions. They're still trying to hide out from things. They want to pull you back. This happens a lot. We need to see. Sometimes we do that in ourselves without even recognizing. Either we hold ourselves back or somebody else back. Because we're not ready to take that step ourselves. And the more we see them doing it, it's more reminding us that we're not taking a step. I don't want to look. No, stop taking that step because you're showing me how I'm not doing it. I'm not ready. But we need to take responsibility for ourselves and not blame somebody else. Let's be happy. So let's let go of jealousy and envy. Okay? Hey, maybe it's your turn to go off. I'm going to sit here, hold this cup of love for you, and hold this space for you, the safe spot for you to fall, because I know you're going to do the same. You're going to return home, and it'll be my turn to do that too. What is that? Another thing, the journeys. I want to hear about your journeys inside. Where have you gone? Inside. That song keeps coming up. My mom always played that one too. I've been to paradise, but I've never been to me. I've been to paradise? I can't remember who sings that. But it's beautiful. Where have you been inside of you? I don't know. I don't want to know about your travels in this world. Where's your travels been in this world? Your inner world. Have you explored it? Wow. Take this time. And if you haven't, why? Spirit's always with you. Connect. Go for those deep dives. You're not alone. We're with you. Okay? We're all in this together. No exceptions. That's the truth. A long one for today. Love yous. Thank you so much for being you. Shining your light through everything you do because this world really needs you. And I feel better. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sharing too. Remember, you know, and if you would like a response, you say, I'd like a response, or hey, I just need to get this out. Okay? And then maybe I'll just say, oh, good for you getting that out. Thanks for sharing. Huh. Whatever. Love you. So let's do this. Let's share our shit and not spread our shit. Okay? Love you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.